So as you can see, I'm holding the interview. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Roni, by the way. So, Joey, we know each other like more than 20 years, I think, right?
That's correct. We're very proud of that.
Yeah, me too. So, and I'm always amazed by how you always there for Israel. And it's always amazed me about everything that you're doing for Israel. So, just let's talk about the movie. Why did you make this movie?
Let's say I love Israel. I've loved Israel pretty much all my life. I came and I spent my junior year of college here in 1971-72 at Hebrew University. And I was a volunteer in the Yom Kippur War. And so I always have loved Israel. What's bothered me is the way the media presents Israel. And those of us who love Israel, who care about Israel, are very not only disappointed and upset, angry at times. And when the war started, October 7th, again, that feeling arose in me, is why isn't the world paying attention to this? This is happening in our country. It felt as if we were all raped, we were all violated, we were all subjected to such horrible behavior. And where was the world speaking up? Where was the world standing with us? And so I think that's pretty much where the feeling came from. And then from Castina, Manny Aviram, and Eitan Schwartz, who I knew from the Shagrir, the ambassador show, they came up with the idea, and to me it sounded like a perfect thing to support. My wife actually came up with the idea of Sheryl Sandberg. They were thinking of who could be the person to do the interviewing. I asked my wife, which is a smart thing to do, and she suggested Sheryl Sandberg, and luckily I called my good friend Tom Nides, who is the ambassador here, who I think knows everybody, and I said, would you call her and see if she would be willing to do it? And 5 minutes later, he called me back and he said she would love to do it. And that was really just the beginning. And she's put her heart, her soul, and we have to be honest and realize that without her, it never would have gotten the mileage that it's gotten and the viewership that it's gotten. She's a very special person, and as she said, everything in her life has led her to this moment. And we speak pretty much, pretty often, and she's consumed with this. And that's for our benefit, and for, I think from Israel's point of view, the fact that, we've translated into, 12, 13 different languages, and I really think it's important that the world see this and understand who Hamas really is, because the media doesn't always do a good job at showing it.
How many people already watched the movie?
Well, the short versions, about 35 million people have seen the trailers, and then the actual 50-something minute movie, that's the documentary, that's about over 2 million people. And, hopefully now that we've sent it around the world on YouTube, that many more people will see it. It's Arabic and Russian, French, German. We did it in Mandarin, Korean. And so I'm hopeful that many more people will see it. I happen to believe that there's a lot more people in the world who love Israel, respect Israel, and care about Israel. Unfortunately, that's not what the media covers. And so the movie was, in a sense, a way to show all those people what's happening here, like an honest portrayal of what's happening. We didn't take any money from the government. That was very important to me, that this be something that be totally independent, and that it comes from, the people who suffered, and they speak about their experiences, and it's very moving to see that. So I'm hopeful that we really just started, and, luckily having Michal and having, so many people stand up and support the movie is what's really given it its opportunity to be seen and heard, showing it so many times, screening it in so many places. We screened it at the Foreign Ministry last week, and all these diplomats came. This is very important, and I don't think we could have done that without, your friend Sheryl Sandberg, and has become a good friend of mine as well. It's important that we have people like that around the world who stand with us, as opposed to those who were quiet and didn't say anything. And it's shameful. And we should all remember, I think that's very important to me, remember those who stood with us and those who were silent. I think that's very important, because it's a time like this where you learn who are your friends and who aren't your friends. Who are the people who are willing to stand up and say, I'm with you, and who are the people who are silent. And for me, I don't forget things like that. I mean, maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing, but that's my nature. I remember. And I think that's something that we all should do.
Tell us a little bit about the influence of the movie. How it makes you feel that this movie...
Well, luckily I've gone to a few of the screenings. I know that when we were at the Foreign Ministry, I had a nice, warm conversation with the Singapore ambassador. and he just came to Israel recently. And he said if he was in Singapore, he never would have heard about it, he never would have seen it, and this was an opportunity. And I think that's the point, is to let people see how evil Hamas is. You know, we know it here. We know it, we feel it, but around the world, the media has done a very good job at suppressing what really happened. And they do a very good job of PR, the pro-Palestinian groups, the demonstrators that you see all over the world, you know, every day. It's even upsetting to watch the last night in New York, yesterday it was in California at a synagogue. You see the praying that's going on in Ontario, in Copenhagen, in streets in New York. This is very, very dangerous. And so we have to stand up. We have to let people know who this is out there, because maybe they came for us first, but this isn't their final stop. They have other things in mind.
So it was difficult to work on the movie?
I'd say, you know, I'm very lucky. Like in life, it's all about the people that you meet along the way and the people who you share a network with. And so Manny, Aviram, and Eitan, and the team of people who actually made the movie, I went along to watch and I listened to the interviews, but it really wasn't something that I had to do. So in that sense, I was very lucky just to be connected to it. I said to Manny, I was just very privileged that you asked me. Because, you know, if you don't get asked, then you don't know about something. I think what's very important is a lot of initiatives were taken by Israelis after October 7th. Very often we wait for the government, or you assume that the government is going to do the things that they should do. What we learned here in Israel is there are so many amazing Israelis who jumped into action and take it upon themselves to do what perhaps the government, because its bureaucracy sometimes, isn't as capable of doing as quickly. So the same was true with our movie. You know, once they asked me, I said, let's go. And then we called her, and then she came with her parents and her daughter. And the interest and the dedication of people all over Israel. You know, what I love, we come from New York. We made Aliyah here 5 years ago. What I love about being in Israel is the solidarity that you have with everyone. You know, wherever you go, you see people, you hug everybody, because everybody, we're in something all together. We're in a big battle, and we understand it. When I'm back in New York, you don't get it. People just don't understand it the same way. When people come here, that's why it's so important for people to come and visit Israel. When they come here after moments, they see the way that everyone is affected by what's happened to us. I was speaking to our ambassador, Tom, when he came here the first time. And, you know, he was telling me Israel should do more about the humanitarian situation. We should help more with this. And I said, Tom, you don't understand. This country was really badly hurt. And it's a trauma that we're all feeling. And so it's not the first thing for us to right away be able to get over that and jump to the next stage. Yes, you're right. We should do that. And maybe it was a mistake we didn't do it earlier. But I don't think people understand to the extent that Israel has been damaged in a way. Our psyche, and so hopefully we'll rebuild, and we'll you know, be able to come out of this stronger in certain ways because of this, hopefully.
So thank you very much, Joy. Really, it has been a pleasure, like always.
Thank you very much,
so
Roni.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.